Movsar Evloev has no chance against Alexander Volkanovski, as UFC 333 is looking at one of the greatest cards of the year. Peter Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili is going to settle the Rumble match. Arnold Allen is back. Alexander Volkov, don't worry, kid, we're going to sort you out. There's Waldo Cortez Acosta. There's Jadal Almeida, I can't even speak. Now Rizian Kuniev, Lonnie Kavanagh is back. Holy shit. We have so much to discuss in today's video. It is going to be a banger. We're going to start with the main event, that is Volk versus Evloev. I love seeing a fresh new matchup. I must say, this has been one that I've been excited for a long time. Movsar Evloev absolutely deserves this. He's gone on a 10-fight win streak in the UFC, picked up a win against Lerone Murphy. I thought it was a draw, to be honest with you, rewatching it the other day. I thought it was a draw. But Movsar is kind of seen as this unbeatable Russian grappler. He's kind of seen as the guy at 145. He's, you know, the Makhachev and the Khabib at 145. But if you actually look at his fights, very close fight with Lerone Murphy. Very close fight with Diego Lopez. Very close fight with Arnold Allen. Very, very close fight with Aljamain Sterling. Movsar is not beating these guys the way Makhachev is. You know, when Makhachev was on the come up, he was submitting Dan Hooker. And then when he got to the belt, he submitted Oliveira and things like that. Movsar is really making every fight hard work. We haven't seen him dominate anyone since Dan Ige, probably, and Dan Ige is an absolute gatekeeper in the division. And basing Movsar's last performance against Murphy, I really didn't see anything that Volk is going to be surprised with, or Volkanovski is going to struggle with, because Movsar really didn't start using his grappling until the third round, but properly in the fourth and fifth. He could have schooled and just held down Lerone Murphy if he wanted to from the very get-go, but he decided to flirt with him on the feet and really kind of, you know, dance to Lerone Murphy's sound. I really don't know why he was doing that, but I think Volkanovski is going to school him. I think Volkanovski is going to dance all over him. I think Volkanovski is just pretty much better everywhere. And I think if Volk's able to get up off of Makhachev's takedowns and have success with the grappling against someone like an Islam Makhachev, then I don't really see him having too much of a problem with a guy like Movsar Evloev. Even though he is talented, even though he has a lot of skills, he is very good at scrambling. Movsar scrambles against Aljo was honestly like a featherweight Gamrot versus Arman level of scramble. But I still think Volk has got it, because if you think about it, Diego Lopez would beat Evloev now, I believe. And, you know, Lopez, if Volkanovski was never born or Volkanovski stepped away, I think Lopez rules 145 with an iron fist. Now, he is moving up and stuff like that, but the fact Volkanovski actually just beat Diego Lopez pretty convincingly over 10 rounds, I don't see anything that Movsar is going to damage him with. I don't think he's going to really put him on him with the hands. I don't think he's going to control him. And I think this is honestly textbook stuff from Volk. But I do think Movsar could make it interesting if he goes in there from the very, very start with a heavy grappling approach. Not like he did with Murphy, where he was kind of just flirting on him with the feet, really trying to figure him out. But if he goes in there and tries to implement his will straight away and get him Volkanovski, really like a Merab versus Yan kind of first fight, even though that's not Movsar's style, pressure, heavy grappling. Pressure, heavy grappling, get in Volkanovski's face. Don't let him get going on the feet, because when Volk gets going on the feet, who's outstriking him? Listen, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I think Gene Silva is the best stylistic fight to beat Volkanovski. Get in his face, land those power punches. If Lopez couldn't, I don't think Movsar sure as fuck ain't. But listen, Movsar is a very good grappler when he wants to be. Like I said in the Murphy fight, he just didn't do it. But when Movsar really wants to get you down, he's going to get you down. Now, Aljo showed Movsar has an incredible scramble game, but Volkanovski's got an incredible scramble game. And I think Volkanovski would beat Aljo, to be honest with you. Going to talk about Aljo in this video a little bit. I thought him versus Arnold Allen was the fight to make. I don't really see Aaron Pico. We'll get to it, but I'm going Volkanovski. You know, crafty kind of leg kicks to keep Movsar at range. I don't think Volk is going to sprawl. Volk's not really kind of a sprawler, but he'll let Movsar get him against the cage. He might even get takedown, hit him with a reverse, break, start landing the jab, start landing the right hand. He'll be too quick for him. Then he'll start countering Movsar, and that's going to really start, you know, opening up Movsar. Maybe he's going to get cut at the end of the first round. That's going to be bothering him. Then Volk is just going to kind of pick it up from there and really school him. I'm honestly going Volkanovski 50-45. I never was convinced Movsar Evloev is the guy. I never thought Movsar Evloev was good enough to be champion. And I you know, I feel like he's got not an easy path to the title by any means, but he really avoided the Yair Rodriguez's, a rematch with Diego Lopez, You know, I feel like Arnold Allen beat him in that fight, to be honest with you. I think Aljamain Sterling was that close to beating him. I think Lerone Murphy, if you're going to give it to a winner, I think you were going to give it to Lerone Murphy, to be honest with you. And, you know, he didn't even fight Gene Silva and things like that. I'm not saying Movsar doesn't deserve this, because he absolutely does. And I'm very happy that this fight is being made, because I will look forward to it. You know, I think it's a good challenge for Volk. My thing about this fight is Volk is not going to take damage. That's why I'm like, whoo, thank the fucking heavens, may fucking Volk, that big fucking bow hell, he ain't going to take any damage. That's why I'm excited for this fight. But it is a good scrap. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a great fight. I'm very happy the UFC put this on. You have no complaints from me about this, because Movsar definitely deserved it, even though questionable path to the title shot. He seemed to have just get it done in these fights. He deserves it. Peter Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili 3. Interesting fight. When I first saw it announced, I was like, okay, Yan's kind of going to pick up where he left off. He's going to be able to win that fight, and he's going to kind of pick Merab at range. But Merab Dvalishvili, Peter Yan, 2 and 1 completely different fights. Peter Yan is coming off an injury. Nearly a year out since their last fight. Both men have had to recover and things like that. Merab was just so active. He just couldn't take it anymore. And listen, absolutely no problem there. Him taking that little bit of time out and stuff like that. Yan is recovering from an injury. I might lean Merab in this one, you know. But I could see myself picking Yan when the time comes, if that makes sense. I just find it hard to bet against Merab. I really do. And if Merab can really implement his game early on, like he did in the first fight, but then again, I think Yan was crippled with injuries going into that fight, I can see a world where Merab gets this done. But I also think Yan just looks so good in their second fight. I can also see a world where Yan just kind of picks up where he left off. He's figured out Merab's rhythm. He's figured out the range. He knows he can keep it at range. He knows he's not just going to get, you know, ran through fucking with the grappling in this fight. I definitely think the confidence of Yan is going to be completely different. And listen, this is one of the best rivalries that we have had at bantamweight for a long time. Because Merab was just kind of running through people. No, actually, you know what? That is actually not true of me. That is actually a myth. Sanhagen was a close fight. O'Malley, the first fight, was a very close fight. Umar was a very close fight. Merab was just not running through people, like I said. That is completely a lie. I just kind of realized what I said. That is a complete lie. And I feel like Peter Yan, as much as I love Peter Yan, doesn't actually have the best resume. Like, he has Song Yadong, which is a good win. You know, McGee. Corey Sanhagen's good, but then again, you look at it, pretty much anyone good is beating Corey Sanhagen, unfortunately. So I feel like Yan's resume definitely needs a lot of work. I won't be calling Peter Yan the greatest bantamweight of all time if he picks up this win. I still think Merab is, to be honest with you. If you look at his resume and look at Yan's, even though, you know, Yan might have 2 wins and stuff like that, a lot of people look at this as like, okay, GOAT bantamweight status is on the line. I just don't think yet for Yan. Maybe 2 more wins against top contenders, whatever way you want to do it. I don't want to see an O'Malley rematch under any fucking circumstances. Maybe do Mario Batista versus O'Malley, but they're training partners, so that probably won't happen. But I could see Merab really putting the pressure on him here. I could see Merab really like, okay, fucked up in the first fight. I was completely burnt out. Maybe he'll come in there and just go in there with a different level of cardio compared to what we've seen before because of the time off, and maybe Yan won't be able to get his rhythm going. If I'm Merab, I'm just spamming it literally the second I get in that cage. Don't even let him get his kicks going. Don't even let him get his striking going, because we saw it in that fight. When Yan was able to do that, look what happened. He was just piecing him up at range. He looked incredible in the grappling. He was even taking Merab down. It was beautiful. Anyone that knows, I'm a huge Peter Yan fan. I love Peter Yan. He's one of my favorite fighters ever. So it does hurt me to say that I'm leaning towards Merab. It's kind of one of those fights where I don't really know how either guy is going to come in and look. Because Yan has been out since he had that injury, and Merab is going to be a lot fresher, because Merab is looking for 4 title defenses in the year, which was last year, which had never been done before. As much as I shit on Merab and I say he's boring as fuck, and he is, and I will die on that hill, you cannot deny that this dude is absolutely one of the most active fighters that we have in the sport right now. And we've had ever, to be honest with you. That is because he just, you know, doesn't really take any damage because he's just spamming takedowns, but still, Listen, I'm going to leave 51-49 to Merab right now, but that could easily sway. I'm going to have to... The thing is, we haven't got like a... Merab didn't fight a Batista on the... while he was waiting for Jan or anything like that. So, Peter Yan will definitely be the favorite because he looked so good in their last fight and because a lot of people... maybe including myself, when this comes around, will kind of think, okay, Jan just kind of pick up where he left off. He's downloaded enough data. Like, he's had 50 minutes with Merab, which is a long fucking time. He knows what he's getting himself in there. I pray Peter Yan wins, man. I fucking pray, because I gave him no chance of beating Merab the first time. I really didn't. I really thought Merab was just going to run through him. Thought he was far the better fighter. Maybe not skill-wise, but just pressure-wise. Merab was just never breaking or anything like that. But Yan found a way, and I really hope Yan finds a way to win this one, because Peter Yan is champion, and when he gets active and recovers from injury and stuff like that, is one of the best champions that we have. There's never really a Peter Yan fight that I'm not looking forward to. I think we are spoiled here with this co-main and this main. I love this main. Like, I really love this main, and I'm so happy that the UFC went for this. One thing I will respect about Movsar Evloev and things like that, because a lot of fighters don't do this. Him and Lerone Murphy were both undefeated. Him and Lerone Murphy easily could have sat out and said and bitch and moan and done a Yair Rodriguez and said they wanted a title shot, but they said, nah, fuck that. We're just going to go in there and fight each other. Take the next man out. Fuck the O. I want the belt. The O means nothing to me. And Movsar went in there to London, beat Lerone Murphy, and I will always give him respect. And he earned this title shot because a lot of people will just sit out, bitch and moan. Volk's the kind of guy that's like, I need fucking activity. You need someone fucking next. So yeah, very happy with this co-main and main. And the actual card itself. God damn, I want to start with Arnold Allen versus Aaron Pico. I understand a lot of people are hyped over Aaron Pico beating Pitbull. Okay, another Bellator fighter. No. He's Arnold Allen smacking the fuck out of him. Aaron Pico's got a lot of hype and stuff like that, but you get spinning elbow KO'd by Lerone Murphy, who is, by the way, a complete decision merchant. I can't let that slide. And Arnold Allen just looked incredible against Malkazaya Acosta. And I really wanted this to be an Aljamain Sterling. I really wanted, Arnold to get a massive fight. Where is Aljo? I know he fought Yusuf Salal not that long ago, but still, I feel like that was the perfect fight to make. I feel like we are witnessing active Arnold Allen. As something I never thought I would say. I thought he was just going to do his fight once a year, put on a masterclass, break his hand, and then complain on a fucking podcast that he can't fight because he broke his hand again after recovering and things like that. Active Arnold Allen is here. And one thing I like, the UFC has actually been really, really consistent of lately, especially this year. We aren't really seeing fighters pull out of fights as much anymore. No real big fights have been, fucked up because of, pullouts or anything like that. We are getting all the fights that are scheduled, which over the years, some fighters pull out and things like that. But even Dominic Reyes is on this card. Abus Magomedov, no one really gives a shit, but Grant Dawson versus Nural Aliyev is a fucking banger scrap. The grappling in that is going to be absolutely amazing. Grant Dawson is an absolute stud on the ground. Volkov, I really don't know what Volkov did apart from win. He beat, Dana White said, I'm going to look after you, kid. Yeah, Cyril Gane gets 2 title shots, okay, and he's on his way to a 3rd. But Volkov, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Jailton Almeida, Rizvan Kuniev. What did he ever do bar win? This dude's win streak, I'm including Gane, because that was an absolute robbery, is absolutely insane. But this is the pecking order. I really don't know why Lonnie Cavan is a feature fight. Arnold Allen versus Aaron Pico opening up the main event. I'm so happy with this card. I think this card is absolutely incredible. I could not be happier with it, to be honest with you. Yes, I would have loved to see Aljamain Sterling in there, but since I'm a massive Arnold Allen fan, he's going to smack up Aaron Pico. I'm sorry, I'm never, ever going to bet on the Bellator guy, even though I am picking Volkov to beat, Rizvan Kuniev. Even though Volkov did look a little bit sus against Waldo Cortez Acosta, where I'm like, okay, he's slowing down a little bit here. I think he's going to have crafty kicks, keep him at range. He's too big. I don't think Rizvan Kuniev is going to be able to hold him down, even though, Jailton Almeida did have success with the grappling. Listen, boys, I think this is an absolute treat of a card. I absolutely love it, to be honest with you. I will be fucking amped for this shit. I think it's a sick main event. I think it's an absolutely sick co-main event. Abu Dhabi cards are always absolutely stacked. Who remembers the O'Malley, Yan, TJ Aljo, and then Oliveira Makachev? That was my personal most hype fight card of all time. It was just so salivating, bro. But like I said, couldn't be happy with this, boys. Let me know what you think down below, and thanks for watching.